A big thing that stops people is actually taking ownership of their health and being honest and actually real and a bit raw at the start of a journey, right?
Mm.
Like, and it's, oh, yeah, you have to be raw, you know. But so people blame and make excuses and they like kind of laugh it off. It's like it was an Aussie thing. They literally like,
Mm.
oh, I'm a couple of kilos of weight. It's like, dude, you're fucking 40 kilos of weight. You're a fat fuck, right? Like that, you're gonna fucking die early, right?
Mm.
And it's okay. I'm saying this out of love, guys. I'm literally saying it out of love. But you should be saying this to yourself. I'm not for the self-love movement, embracing heart disease, diabetes, and dying early. I'm not for that, right? So
That's not
like what I am,
self-love.
it's not fucking self-love. What I am for is you looking in the mirror and saying, I fucking did this. Like I made myself a fat fuck. Right? Like I made myself fat. I made myself fat because I overate. I made excuses, bullshit fucking excuses, and I just didn't get my ass into gear for long enough because I said I didn't have time or whatever it is. And you say that. But because I did this, I know I can undo this. Because until you take ownership, you can't take power, right? Because changing your life is all about being in control of the power. If we blame other people, justify what happened, oh, I had kids, oh, I was tough at work. It's like, dude, you're going to have more kids, or you probably still have them. There's going to be tough times at work again, trust me, and probably financial pressure as well. So are you saying, because this happened, I gained weight? So you're saying also, if this happens again, you'll gain weight again?
Mm.
Because instead you go, no, I didn't handle my shit properly. I put on the weight. I've made myself this right now. And because I made it, I can unmake it. It's going to require determination. It's going to require discipline, maybe going to require some guidance, but it's also going to require some fucking self-respect,
Mm.
because you need to have some self-respect to actually want to create change, right? Again, that will build, and then your self-belief will. And you also say that doesn't also mean I'm going to win every fucking day. Like I'm not going to win every day, but I'm going to win more days than I lose. And that's how I'm going to change my life. And you say that to yourself in the mirror every single day, and you tell me you aren't fired up, right? And then in 100 days, you'll be like, I made this. And you'll be so proud. You'll be proud of the fact that you stood up every single day, reminding yourself who you are, reminding yourself who you aren't, and reminding yourself today is another day to move forward to your potential. I think ownership, change without ownership is never going to happen.
It's temporary. You change
Temporary.
without taking ownership of the fact that you are the one who has got yourself in this situation. You owe yourself that level of honesty and that level of, because you already fucking know. It's like, who are you lying for? You already know who's the person that got you into this situation. And it shoots me to tears when guys either don't start or stop a journey early because things have just gotten a bit hectic. Oh, it's just not really a good time to start. It's never a fucking good time to start. There's always a reason. There's never going to be a perfect time for you to start to get your shit sorted. The perfect time is right fucking now. We've said that time and time again. But the perfect time is to just get started with something immediately, because there's always going to be tough times. There's always going to be fucking sick kids and all sorts of other shit that comes up. You can either let that slow you down, or you can let that be the reason why you need to prioritize it. It's like, I've got to learn to prioritize this shit in hard times. Otherwise, I'll lose it in hard times. It's like spending when you're making a lot of money, just fucking pissing it all away, right? Being like, oh, I'm making all this money. Oh yeah, I guess I can, save a little bit, but I'm just going to piss it all away. Then when hard times comes, you're like, fuck, why don't I have any savings? Oh, I can't start saving now. It's like, if you start saving and you start those habits while you don't have the money, then when you have more money, those habits will roll in. This is something that applies to every area of life. The more disciplined you can be when times are tough, the more that discipline will roll over to the good times. There's a reason why people who win the lotto don't keep the money, because they have piss poor habits beforehand. If I snap my fingers and gave you fucking abs and a six pack and great health and vitality, most of you would piss it away within a year and a half, because you think, oh, I don't have to worry about it now. You never learned the skill of maintaining that. So it's like, in order to be the person who has $1 million or to be the person who has abs, you've got to become the person worthy of having those things before you have them, right? You don't have them because you're not worthy of them yet. That's just it, right? And you're not worthy of it because you haven't made the decision that that's the person you're going to be. But some of you are worthy of them. You're on that journey. It just is also one thing that takes time. It doesn't just fall in your lap.
Dude, I 100% agree with you. I think also another thing is people have to redefine me time, right? Because like
Mm.
some of the people out there, it's like, one, it's classifying what me time is. Like, I don't have time to train. I need to calm down and have me time. And they're like, oh, I'm going to do some darts or play snooker or whatever the hell people do. Or I'm going to watch the footy. That's me time. It's like, dude, you're
Yeah.
watching a bunch of guys. I'm not against watching the footy, right? But I don't have time for the footy because I have other shit I need to do with my life, right?
Mm.
If you have time to watch a bunch of guys who have no idea who you are and support them, but you don't have time for your own health, then you need to have a hard look at yourself, because you know more about their stats than you know about your stats, right? Your food, your weight, your midsection circumference, your getting to the how many times you got to the gym. But you can tell me how many fucking kicks one of the boys on the fielders had, how many goals he had, who won the Brownlow last year. It's like, dude, these people don't even know who you are, and you know more about them than you know about you. So
Mm.
I think you have to understand that watching the footy is fantastic, and watching a sport and being a part of a community and a team and cheering them is great. But if that's at the cost of your me time and saying I do this and now because I do this I don't have time for the gym, you need to redefine what your me time is, because your me
Mm.
time to start with should be working on yourself. And then the other part with, oh, I don't have time for the gym because it's selfish. I have to help the family and help the kids. And it's like, dude, not dying early is helping your family. Trust me.